We are at one of the greatest buildings in Chicago, really. I mean, we have to say that, don't we?
It's the truth.
It's very unusual. It's from an unusual era. It's a great architect and a cool craftsperson. Andrew Rebori, the architect,
Yes.
and Edgar Miller, the craft person, did all kinds of cool things in here. This is Louise Studi, the agent who's going to show us the largest of the apartments here, now a condo, and it was
Yes.
actually of the original builder of the building.
Right. Frank Fisher, who was an executive with Marshall Fields, asked Andrew Rebori to build him a income property, which was very rare in 1936.
Sure.
And he said, I will live in the triplex, which was created for him. It's the only three-level home here. The rest are duplexes. So there are really 13 units in this building. And so he asked him to basically build him a masterpiece, and that's what you'll see.
And what's interesting, you mentioned, why don't we head back toward
Okay.
it? It may be an income-producing property, but it also is a sound-baffling property. The owner could live 160 feet off State Street.
Yes, 160 feet off State Street, so you hear nothing. It's completely private, completely secure, serene. It's one of a kind in the Gold Coast.
Oh yeah, we've got the courtyard, we've got the plantings on the left, and on the right we have some of this stuff by Edgar Miller,
Yes.
this great craft work, which is, we'll see some in the apartment, but it's all over the building.
That's right. These are the original colors, too. This gate that you're coming up to is the original gate, the original color. Everything has been restored as much as possible by my owner in his unit. And even these touches of the table and chairs along the way, just in France, of the period.
Yeah. Well, what's nice is you mentioned this gate. This is the entrance to the unit we're going into. There's this great three-story space here with the two levels of windows all looking out into this courtyard. You can tell, I mean, you'd have to think this was the master's place because this is the one with the best view of the building, also the best looking part of it.
Exactly.
So then another part of the sort of setting the house away from the street is we've had to come up off the street level.
Yes.
Right? And we come to this room. I think this has to be one of the best rooms in Chicago. It's a pill-shaped living room.
Yeah, that's right.
Glass block on both sides, and all these beautiful fold curves in the walls.
It is. As someone else pointed out, it has all the curves in all the right places, and it truly does. And all of this original plaster has been redone.
You know, this plaster looks like milk now. It really, it's so smooth, so clean. And then we've got the limestone fireplace.
Yes.
Just barely set off from the wall. Really terrific. So should we go this way into the
Sure.
kitchen?
Go into the kitchen. The kitchen has everything that it should. My owner
Including
often refers to the engine room.
The engine room, it
Right?
looks like it. Sure.
It does, doesn't it? And the stainless steel and the, of course, top appliances and everything that someone would need in their kitchen, and all the lighting has been redone. There's a very nice pantry, access to the rear of the home. Everything is here.
And then the dining room has, I think you showed me, there's a small little terrace there. We can't really get out there with the camera, but there's a little terrace here,
there's
like a smoking terrace,
Exactly,
right?
a crescent-shaped terrace, exactly, for, as we said, Greta Garbo to go out and have something to drink, perhaps outside.
Sure. So then we've been here, but I just love the sweep of the glass wall. This is the curves in this room, we've already mentioned, are so unlike any other room you're going to see.
That's right.
And then up here, we talked about the curves, but the way the curves come together here with the overlook.
And the windows, the openings to the master suite and the second bedroom, those are in the original location, the original size. The only thing that was added by the architect that my owner worked with are the
Those
frosted,
pivoting panels.
Exactly, frosted pivot windows.
Great. And then back here, what are we calling this?
Library.
What a great room.
This is the library, and right off of the main living room for something a little more intimate. There is a wet bar, which was, of course, added by my owner.
Sure.
But you're looking out over the...
Well, first you're looking out through these amazing windows.
Oh, yes.
These are by craftsman I was talking about, Edgar Miller, who did a lot of really interesting properties in Chicago. And you look out into that courtyard we came in through. It has a very different feeling than almost any other living space in Chicago.
It really does, and you feel such a sense of privacy and space. I mean, you can see that there's some other owners. In fact, they seem to have their, showing off their Edgar Miller windows as
Oh
well
yeah,
right now.
you can see the horses and
Right?
moose and things like that on the other windows, yeah.
But you feel so private, and you can see the trees and the greenery, and you could really enjoy sitting outside.
Before we go upstairs, we should also talk about these windows. There's not just the wall of glass block, but there are these slot windows, which you're calling Hope windows.
Hope windows, which apparently is a well-known type of window of this period. These are original, and Hope is the person who designed them.
Oh.
So they do allow some air, some fresh air. You can open them, and cleverly designed on either side of this wonderful panel.
Oh yeah. Well, what's interesting is we're over the alley.
Yeah.
What's really cool is the alley is back here, a Gold Coast alley. You're going to have cars going back and forth, that sort of thing. We're not hearing anything, so we're not seeing anything. The glass block brings in all kinds of light, but none of the nasty view. We're also up a floor above it.
It's beautiful at night and at day.
Oh,
you know how some homes you need to, if you're just looking at the lake or you're looking at something, if it's not there or if it's dark, it gives a whole different feeling. Dennis, this is quite a place any time of day or night.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Well, great. Let's see there are 2 bedrooms upstairs. There were 3, but
Yes.
2 were combined, so now there are 2. So you were mentioning these coves that have the lighting tucked in.
Yes.
But then we also get to this sort of folded glass here.
Right. Well, this was added probably around, 4 or 5 years ago. The owner spent about 4 years doing this renovation.
Oh.
Really, it's a restoration. And this was 3 bedrooms. So there was a solid wall somewhere here and along here. So the architect created this beautiful addition.
It's a nice descendant of the glass brick, too.
Yes.
It's another way to pass light through frosted glass. It's really interesting.
Exactly. And when you come up, you see something a little more architecturally interesting than
Sure.
the solid wall.
Yeah, with a painting or something.
Yeah.
Well, let's go
This
on
way?
into this is the second bedroom.
This is the guest bedroom. It is a suite. The bedrooms has their own bath, ensuite, as we say, and each of them done exquisitely. In this room, again, you have wonderful volume throughout the home. Is an enormous amount of volume and space. You have a open window, which again was completely open when he.
And this is that overlook we were
And this
talking
is the
about. Down
overlook.
below
You're looking
is the
down
living
over
room,
to your
right?
sitting area. We do have again a whole panel
Oh yeah.
of the Edgar Miller windows.
So this is the one that is made of 2 former bedrooms.
Right, exactly. There was a wall probably around here, probably just after this Hope window, and 1 bedroom and 1 on this side. And the owner decided that it would work much better to have a very lovely closet area, sitting room, bedroom. There was plenty of space for him.
Yeah,
and
this is a nice
hopefully
big
the
room.
next person as
Sure.
well. I mean, all of this is custom built. Everything is in here.
All of this cabinetry is new, of course, not
of
original.
course.
But what's kind of interesting is we pick up the curve. It's such a nice echo of the original look because it's got this great curve, brings in the light.
Curve underneath the windows here.
Oh yeah.
This is just fabulous, and a lot of the pieces that he's chosen, of course, the furniture are period
Fit right in,
pieces.
sure.
But one thing that he did was very interesting, and the architect, I think, as I have been told by the owner, this is the first time it had ever been done. So look at the entrance to this door. This is the math. It opens the shape of an L.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't this wonderful?
Oh yeah.
So it opens all the way, and you come into the bathroom, but who would know? How could you? I mean, it's just such a clever use of.
Sure.
It fits perfectly, and then the curved, a completely cylindrical shower, light,
Oh yeah.
and all the glass tiles in the floor. No need for even a shower door or curtains.